So Kelly and I are heading up the grade to Tioga Pass area. That's quite a drop off. This is the turn off.
It goes paved for a while and then it gets on a
Right.
road.
I think it's road 04, right? Off of 120. I think it's called 04. This goes up to Saddlebag Lake.
Here's where the pavement is.
There's a little creek down there. If you take your car up here, you're gonna have to be very, very careful and go really slow. We think you could make it. It's gonna be a slow go on this road if you don't have good clearance. Here's the trailhead this morning, right next to the campground and the dam. Heading down from the trailhead across this dam. This is Southern California Edison's dam called Saddlebag Dam. I think those are little grebes right there. I like that view. Kelly is making her way across the Saddlebag Lake Dam. Here's some of that watermelon snow. You can see it. There she comes. Well, the trail follows this scree pile, and you're basically walking on a lot of loose rocks, but they're packed pretty well, so it's not too bad. There are still some small alpine wildflowers growing. These lupin are definitely a dwarf alpine lupin. And then of course we've got some columbine too. Here's some fall blooming aster. Well, I guess technically this trail does have some snow on it. It's a pretty one. Here are some of the cliffs. We've seen several people come by that spent the night. They said there was a hailstorm that lasted over an hour last night. So we've got some local boys here, and these young men are Boy Scouts. We've got Noah, and they're all from Hawthorne, and they spent last night about 2.5 miles away from here, and they went through the hailstorm last night. Tell us about it, Noah.
It was a little rough, but we got set up before it came in, so we were okay. We ultimately made it out.
Yeah. So you guys had a pretty good night and pretty good hike and everything?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So are any of you guys going to be, are you working on the Eagle Scout?
I'm working on it.
Oh, good job, Noah. Excellent.
We got 3 of our guys working on it.
closest.
Oh, man. Wonderful.
Us
three
are
range.
Well, I'm proud you guys are from Hawthorne. This is awesome.
Yeah, I
So
do.
Kellie knows all these their families and everything, and we got some good parents, some good dads that are involved in showing leadership skills to their sons and stuff. So really impressed with Hawthorne and this group of young men here. Look at these, Kellie. These are some kind of an alpine gentian, I believe. Look how small they are, but look how beautiful and vibrant the colors are. Isn't that something else?
Yeah, and look at all the
Indian paintbrush. The view is really opening up, isn't it, Kellie?
It's beautiful.
Just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just basically west of a lot of places where we normally go, over by Lundy Lake and Lake Oneida. It's really starting to open up now. Look at this beautiful meadow. One thing about this hike is that Kellie was mentioning that she would feel comfortable hiking this alone, being a woman and hiking it alone, because there's plenty of people along the trail here just for a day hike. So if some of you ladies want to come up on this trail by yourself, I think that's a good recommendation. I think the snow just recently melted, and all the flora, all the wildflowers are super miniature dwarfs, just a few inches tall. Here comes Kellie. That's where we just ate our lunch. That was a good lunch spot. There's 3 little islands, rocks. There's some pretty big brook trout, probably in that center part where it's deep. Trail hugs the edge. Here it is.
Yeah, you can see it.
We lost the trail for a second there. It happens. Look at those big boulders just barely hanging on there. It's like they could fall at any time.
Yeah, earthquake, little rattle, and they'd fall.
Yeah. Stripes on this stone here really caught my attention. Look at these different colors, Kellie.
Mm-hmm.
Green. Interesting. Take a look. See what's in here. Oh, There's tadpoles in here. Means there's probably no fish, but the frogs breed in it. Oh, look at the snake. It's a real pretty one. It's a garter snake. Look at the stripes on it.
Oh, look at it. It's in the water.
Yeah. It's probably eating those tadpoles. Tons of frogs in here.
Water snake.
Yeah, it's a aquatic garter snake. I'll have to look it up. Pretty stripes on it.
Why am I not swimming in there?
That water's cold. It's amazing that a reptile like that can even be in that water. Like there's another big tadpole. These definitely look like frog tadpoles, not toads. It might be those tree frogs. Really can't tell for certain. There's one. Oh, they got a nice little pond. That's one tough snake to be up at like 10,000 feet in this cold water. I'm sure it's a alpine variety of serpent.
Yeah.
And a mountain snake.
In snow water.
Mm-hmm. It's ice water. This must be where the trail breaks off to the other side of Saddlebag Lake. It's turned into a really wide, really nice, easy trail. There's another lake in there.
Yeah, there sure is.
Huh. That's impressive. There's a good patch of snow with some watermelon snow mixed in on the surface. You know what's interesting about where we are right now, Kelly?
What's interesting?
We are just passing over the latitude of 38 degrees north. This is such a pretty scenic lake, and both of us can see the bottom from the shoreline, and it looks like we can look down to maybe 15 to 20 feet deep. So I'm not sure exactly how deep the lake is, but it looks like we can see almost like, what, maybe 25 feet at the most?
Could be.
Yeah, it's so clear, you can see the bottom. Look at those trout. They're right by the bank. Do you see them? Right there. That boulder's getting ready to come down at some point. How big would you say that is?
I don't know, but it looks a little bit like it's teetering.
Yeah, I'd say that's 15 feet across and 4 to 4.5 feet wide. There's a fresh rock pile right here. Look at these. These look solid, and they feel solid and heavy. So much to see up here. Look at all the snow here still. Still have some really nice watermelon snow in there. It's that algae that has that pigmentation that absorbs the sunlight. And here we have another small little lake. Just got buzzed by a mosquito. See if it has any fish in it. Don't see any. Might be a little bit too small. And believe it or not, yet another lake. Here's a trail sign up here. Kind of curious to see what it says. I think it's going to say Lake Helen. Let's see. Yep, Helen Lake with an arrow. Such a deep blue green. We are really up here. Mid-September, and there's some of last winter's snow. I don't think it's ever going to melt this year. It's just going to pile up and make another layer. Be interesting to see what it looks like next year.
I think it'll just build up.
Yeah, like a little baby glacier. I like how the water has different shading according to the depth, and where it's a little bit deeper, it's kind of a blue aqua color. So much so I'm gonna go down there and take a look for everybody. Oh, look at that blue. Definitely fish in this one. See them jumping. The surface, other side there. Oh, look at that. The color. And there's a little waterfall over there. Ah. Look at all this snow. It's a fairly large sized lake in here. We've seen so many lakes, I can honestly say I've kind of lost track of how many we've seen and the differences between them. I'm not lost, but there's just so many lakes in here.
There's countless.
Believe it or not, this is the trail. So I think if I come back here and do some backpacking and camping, you know, a good spot would be right on the point of that little peninsula. It's almost an island. It's flat out there. That would be amazing at night. Imagine the stars out here. Goodness, like on a new moon, hardly any light.
Beautiful.
You would see the stars on a clear night. Plus you're 10,000 feet, so. There it is. It's still kind of fluffy. It's icy, but it's fluffy icy. So this is one of our new glaciers. I dubbed this new glacier, Glacier Douglas. We're heading into yet another lake basin. I wonder if this is Lake Helen. It's got to be.
I'm thinking.
It's the last one.
How many Lake Helens are there?
It's the last one. It's got to be. I think that right there where the sun's shining on the other side, that's Lundy Canyon.
You know what?
That's Lundy Canyon, Lundy Lake, right in there, and Lake Oneida that way.
I think I've hiked up to just about that area. I'll know a little more when I get up there.
Think we can make it back before dark?
Let's try to get to that rim there.
Okay.
Then we need to turn around.
We're gonna try, everybody.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a judgment call. Gonna have to scout out this snow slope and see if we can, most importantly, make it back up. So we'll take a look. It looks like I'm gonna have to call it a no-go today. She said thank you. It's a lot steeper than it looks. The problem is getting back up, and we didn't bring our hiking sticks which have spikes on them. We can always come back another day. We made it to Lake Helen. We know where we're at. I should know better at my age to be more responsible. I'm not gonna drag Kelly across this slippery slope. Sure is pretty though. Oh, it's so tempting. It is so tempting, but I'm not going to. I won't do it.
You won't do it because of me.
That's right. That's right. There's always another day, Kelly. That's crazy though, right? Late summer, early fall. Can't get across the spot because of snow. You could slide down that pretty easily and slow yourself down, but coming back up, that's the problem. I don't want to leave, Kelly. Do we have to go? Do we have to go home?
Yeah. I think we'll be glad we did.
Yeah, we don't get caught in a storm. You know how it is. It's already, temperatures already dropped like 20 degrees. Yeah, we're pushing our luck all the time anyway, so our luck's gonna run out at some point. We better get out of here while the going's good, right?
It's gonna be slick.
Right, and then look at that big hole right there. Who knows what lies under that snowfield? It's probably okay, but no guarantees. Enter at your own risk, right? Well, we're gonna head back. Glad everybody could join us. It was a spectacular hike and we highly recommend it. Well, we're on our way back again. And I think we called it right, because not only do we not have to deal with that steep snowbank, and I'm not going to put Kelly in any kind of jeopardy, but we've also noticed that the skies are threatening us again, and it might be us getting caught in another thunder shower. Just noticing that mountain peak where the snow field is got some melting coming through here and coming all the way to the waterfall, to the lake. So interesting. I believe there's no trees on that because that's above the tree line. It's so tall. Hello everybody. I found another cabin. Look at this one. Boy, these steps are in really bad shape though. Let's take a look. This one's owned by the United States. It's private property, United States of America. It says Wilderness Ranger, private residence. It's got a solar panel. The caulking looks pretty good. It's actually a pretty nice little building. The roof could use some work. And I'd be a squatter on it, but it's owned by the federal government, so I better not. Could get in trouble. Let's go take a look on the side. I wonder if they put salt on that, or just if the ice and snow did that on its own. Looks like maybe salt damage, but it's not that old. Take a look on the side here. So here it still has a double flue for a wood stove for heat, and it still has the flue up there. The roof looks serviceable, not perfect, but it looks like it could be fixed up. I like all these shutters it's got. It even had a spot here to protect the propane tanks, probably just during for the summertime. And I like this where you could close these shutters. That's really nice. But look at the beautiful view at the lake here. I wouldn't mind being a ranger and be stationed this for the summertime. Let's not make fun of that little government cabin because look at the view. Look at this awesome view of the lake. How peaceful and relaxing. We're walking back on the other side of the lake, and it's very interesting to see the different colors and the color of the water itself, how it's got a different hue of blue, and it just looks so different here with the forest. It's forested on the side of the lake, and it actually reminds me of Alaska a little bit. Now we're continuing on our way back on the other side of the lake, but we're out of the forest now, and it's more open. Well, now we've got some sleet coming down. Got out of those mountains just in time. Well, Kelly, what did you think of our all-day hike today?
Oh, it was a fun hike, but I'm tired.
Me too. We had a good time though, and glad everybody could join us. Catch you next time.
I need it to be fog.
That's almost snow. I think that's this big heavy, it's sleet. That's what it is. Sleet. Trying to get through these big potholes coming down here. It has been one heck of a wet summer season, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
We always get rained on, snowed on.
Where to go?